So it is a question Oklahoma fans have been wondering since Lincoln Riley announced that he was leaving the Sooners to head to USC. What about true freshman quarterback Caleb Williams? Caleb Williams taking over a little bit, sort of halfway through the season for Spencer Rattler, leading the Sooners to a fantastic season there. They'd like to keep a hold of him, but Caleb Williams announcing not that long ago that he was entering the transfer portal. Taking a look at the 24/7 transfer portal rankings there, Caleb Williams, number one right now, has not announced whether he will return to Oklahoma or head somewhere else, and the rumor mill is hot. Let's welcome in Brandon Drumm for 24/7 Sports, who covers the Sooners for us. Brandon, there's a lot of rumors. We talked to Steve Wiltfong earlier, who says he still likes USC for Caleb Williams. We heard about Wisconsin the past week or so. What can you tell us in regards to Caleb Williams?
Yeah, look, there's really nothing new going on with him. It's been a standstill with everything that from the get-go, they have been doing their due diligence, looking through the process, trying to figure out what school fits Caleb, whether it's USC, whether it's UCLA, whether it's Wisconsin, whether it's Oklahoma. And I think kind of throughout this whole deal is the person that is kind of waiting in the wings there, kind of Joe Brady. If he decided to ever come back to college, that would be a massive change in all this, because what if he went to Miami? What if he went to UCLA? I think with his relationship, the way he recruited Caleb back in when he was with LSU, that could be a game changer for Caleb throughout all this as well. So it's still kind of a wait and see deal. I was told maybe at the end of this week, there could be a decision. They really don't have a timeline for all this, because if they want to go to UCLA, they have till March. If they want to go to USC, they can get an extension in the enrollment, and they have till, I think, the middle or a couple weeks into February for Wisconsin. So there's a lot of time for him to make a decision. Now it's whether or not he wants to go to the Big Ten, whether or not he wants to play in the Pac-12, it looks like.
When he first announced that he was entering the transfer portal, I think a lot of people immediately thought, well, it's USC and that's it. But it seems like he's really taking his time to look at a lot of these schools. I know you've spoken with members of his family there. What is he looking for? What was his decision in entering the portal and what he wants in that school?
Well, first and foremost, it was they wanted to look around. The only way they could do that legally is to go into the portal through the rules of the NCAA. So now it's checking for development. It's, does the coach have NFL pedigree? All of those are the things that they have talked to me about specifically as, the reasons for the transfer and what they're looking for in the next stop. If there's going to be a next stop. Now, obviously, I would lean towards, again, USC, because throughout this whole time, they have been the one school that has been consistent, whether it's been USC, Wisconsin, whether it's been UCLA, USC. It's always had USC in there. So at the end of the day, it's really hard for me not to pick USC to be the landing spot at the end of the day as well.
All right, both you and Steve Wiltfong leading toward the Trojans for Caleb Williams. They do need a quarterback, so if they do land Caleb Williams, what does that mean for the Sooners? Where do they turn next?
Dylan Gabriel, he's transferred in from UFC. He threw for almost 8,000 yards or over 8,000 yards. He has over 70 touchdowns in his career. He broke his collarbone last year after, I think it was game 3 of the season. So he still has a red shirt or a hardship if he wants to use that. And Oklahoma's got a guy that's got some experience, played in Coach Levy's offense when Levy was at UCF. So yeah, they got a guy that's got some great experience and knows Levy's offense, so things should start to click pretty early with them throughout the spring.
All right. Well, they hope so. We're going to see what happens with Caleb Williams. I'm working to not be biased in this segment. Brandon, we appreciate it so much. We'll talk to you very soon. Saying potentially by the end of the week. Thank you so much. We could find out what happens by the end of the week, maybe with Caleb Williams. It's a wait and see, though. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
All right, so there are those transfer portal rankings. Caleb Williams, the number one player right now. As you heard Brandon say, maybe we'll find out by the end of the week. But depending where he goes, it could last a little bit longer than that. But both Brandon and Steve Wiltfong leaning toward USC for Caleb Williams. Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis. No yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.